In today's episode, we recap this weekend's production of Mamma Mia.
Then we introduce spring and the start of spring sports.
And more about the events on our cultural calendar.
From the Southern State to the Great South Bay, if it's happening in Bellmore Merrick, it's on our beat.
I'm Dylan Kaplan.
And I'm Dylan Wigdorf.
And this is the beat for the week of March 29th. Welcome to The Beat, where we share stories and events you might not have known about happening in our community.
There's been so much going on here at Mepham lately.
I know, wait, I can't think of anything.
I'm thinking about Mamma Mia, the musical.
Oh, right, the musical. I almost forgot. More on Skull and Bones, here's Bianca Muniz.
A night full of celebration and music was brought to us by the Skull and Bones performance of the well-loved musical Mamma Mia. The cast and crew worked so hard to get us to this night for their opening show.
I am just absolutely thrilled to be on stage. During the in-school rehearsal, I was able to have a snippet of what it was going to feel like to perform in front of an audience, and afterwards everyone was like, "Oh, you sound so good." And not that my excitement relies on the other people's approval, but I am just so excited to perform tonight.
I'm going to obviously feel like really emotional and be like, oh, this is my last Skull and Bones show. But I also know that it's not like I'm gone forever. And at the end of the day, even though I might be sad that everything's over, once the show starts, the show starts. And I can cry after, we take our bows, and I can get to hug all my friends, and that's when I can really enjoy everything that I've done.
While this night is stressful as it is their first performance, it was nothing short of amazing. It is so exciting to see all the students shine on stage while getting to listen to ABBA, my personal favorite. Anyways, for BMB, I'm Bianca Muniz, and I just can't help say thank you for the music.
Thanks, Bianca. It seemed like so much fun.
Speaking of fun, I had a lot of fun this weekend.
Other than hanging out with our friend group, what else did you do this weekend, Dylan?
Well, other than hanging out with you guys, I was brushing up on my pickleball skills outside. It's been so nice out recently. I'm glad I finally get to take in some fresh air.
Funny that you mentioned pickleball. Right now I can't play, but I remember our very own Connor Murphy went out last weekend to update us on some spring sports.
With more in the new season, here's Connor.
Hey, go, go! Here you go!
Here at Mepham, the arrival of spring represents more than just a change in season. It marks the start of spring sports, bringing renewed energy and school spirit to the community. For many players, this time of the year represents a fresh start, a chance to build chemistry, set new goals, and represent their school with pride.
My favorite part about playing sports in the spring is it starts to get better rather slowly and just get to play my sport again.
And it's not just the players feeling the shift. The parents and community members are beginning to fill the stands, bringing support, excitement, and a sense of connection that defines the spring season here in Bellmore Merrick.
I feel that more people come out to sports because, it's our Mepham community. People need to cheer on their team and see, how they do and how they could be better and, how to practice and do good.
Spring sports aren't just a tradition. They are a vital part of what brings this community together. I can't wait to see the games coming up. That's all for me. I've been Connor Murphy, now sending it back to the studio.
Thanks, Connor.
With spring finally here, all I can think about is our spring break this week.
Even during break, there's so many ways for us to get involved in the community.
Yeah, let's check out our cultural calendar for more.
First, there are a couple events happening in Bellmore coming up. For those of you who need community service hours, on Saturday, April 4th from 3 to 4:30 p.m., the Bellmore Memorial Library needs volunteers for a community service project, the One Warm World donation drive sorting. Check out their website for more information.
Then, the Easter Parade is happening earlier that same day, April 4th, in front of Bellmore Movies on Pettit Avenue at 12 p.m.
Next, onto the shows going on in town.
From now until April 26th, CAP Merrick Main Stage is showing the School of Rock musical.
That's all for our cultural calendar.
Next up, bringing it back to spring sports, the athletic opportunities for kids across the district.
Here's Brett with more information on sports in and around the community.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beat Sports Report. This week, our BMCH baseball teams have a week packed full of scrimmages and non-league games. On Monday, Mepham will be away at Lynbrook, and Calhoun will be away at Bethpage. This Tuesday, Kennedy will be away at Cary for their first non-league game, and Mepham home against Elmont. Finally, on Saturday, Calhoun will be home playing against Bethpage once again. Now for softball. On Monday, Calhoun will be home against Syosset, and Mepham will be away at Seaford. Both are league games. Next, for our boys lacrosse teams. On Monday, Calhoun will be away at Oceanside. For Tuesday, Mepham will be away at Long Beach, and Kennedy will be home against Mineola. And this Saturday, we have an inter-district matchup with Calhoun playing Mepham at home. Next, for our girls teams, Mepham will be home against Locust Valley this Monday, and for Tuesday, Calhoun will be playing against Carl Place. Also, registration is still open for the majority of the NCPAL spring sports, so be sure to check out the website if interested. That's all for me. I'm Brett McGovern, sending it back to the studio.
Thanks, Brett.
Well, Dylan, I think that wraps up this episode.
Wow, time really does go by when you're having fun.
This is the end of yet another episode of The Beat.
We'll see you around the community.
But if we don't see you around town, then we'll see you on next week on The Beat.